It's easy to dismiss Vince McMahon's new football league, WWE pioneer. He's tried football before and it failed. We had the XFL, but Vince McMahon is not to be underrated here. And I think it'd be a mistake to ignore his new effort. You take away that pro wrestling character, the Mr. McMahon, and you got a guy who is a great businessman. He's built a sports empire. He knows what his audience likes and how to deliver that message, that product to them. And he wasn't coy about how he plans to build his new league. He said it would be family fun, fast games, no players with criminal pasts. Good luck with that. And they'd honor the national anthem because I guess that's important. Or will it still be important in 2020? Will it still be an issue in the NFL? Because that's when he's going to launch this league. It's an alternative way for some people to view the NFL. That's what he's going for here. Now, there are going to be obstacles because I don't know what the public's appetite is for more football here. You got the NFL, you got college, you got the combine, you got pro days, you got the Senior Bowl, individual workouts. But can he bring in talented players? Because that's what the USFL did. The USFL was bringing in marquee players. Imagine if Baker Mayfield signed with Vince McMahon's league. And they were starting in a month from now or 2 months from now. That's what you had with the USFL. You had some of the biggest names. Herschel Walker, Doug Flutie, Steve Young, Jim Kelly. They had marquee players. They just tried to turn it into a rival to the NFL almost overnight. And that's where they failed. How much are you going to get paid? What cities get involved? What's game times? When are you going to play? We'll see if Vince McMahon can figure them out, once again, making sports history. Now, I do have questions on this because I would rather Vince McMahon just do a WWE version of football. I think that would be more entertaining. Make it scripted, make it theatrical, have fun with it, but let everybody know that that's what you're doing. And you could have some fun with this. I think if you're going to try to go, you're going to match the NFL, you're not going to do well. What players are you getting? Now, you can say, hey, what if we got Johnny Manziel and Tim Tebow? Okay, I would tune in for that matchup, but then what's the matchup the next week? How many matchups like that can you create? Manziel, Tebow, I'll watch them if they're in the backyard. But you got to create those matchups every single week. And that's going to be the hard part here. What's an ideal audience here? If Vince McMahon is controlling everything, what if there's gambling involved in this? By the time we get to 2020, we're going to have legalized gambling. You're going to be able to gamble on NFL games, NBA games, probably Major League Baseball. And that's just a matter of time because, as I said when this first came out, the leagues want to know how much they're getting paid. And once they figure out their cut, then all of a sudden they'll be for legalized gambling. If you had legalized gambling with Vince McMahon's league, can you trust that Vince McMahon would not alter the outcome? I would. But if you're all in on a WWE football, I think that would be more entertaining. But I think if you're going to say this is our product and we can't help but compare that product to the NFL, and I'm not jonesing for more football games. You know, in a month from now, I'm not going to be going, boy, I could certainly use some more football games because I do have enough football. Football is basically 10 to 11 months out of the year that there is something going on the way it's covered. And when you do the combine, pro days, leading up to the draft, mock drafts, it kind of fills the void there. I used to be, after the season was over, it'd be like a month later I'd have withdrawals like, man, I could use some football. I don't feel that way now. There's a proliferation of football now. Now I almost need a month for downtime to kind of go, wow, all right, now let's build up to the draft. The new players coming into the league. Schedule comes out. Then you got training camp. And then all of a sudden it starts again. That's going to be tough. But I don't dismiss his genius. He's built an empire. But he is going to try to build a legitimate empire. That's the harder part. Because what he did with WWE is brilliant. This is different. And if you're going to try to match the NFL and be the anti-NFL, I think a lot of times when you find successful people, you borrow from somebody, whether it's music or art or even in this business. You know, you're borrowing from somebody that you admire. So what are you borrowing from the NFL that's going to make your product better? And that's where you're going to get the comparisons, and that's where it's going to be difficult here. I don't know if people are going to go, can't wait to watch the XFL because they stand for the anthem. Okay, they stand for the anthem, but how's the product? Honey, come on, they're standing for the anthem. And then what? You going to care about the product? And I don't know if you're interested in this product because it's you, the audience, whether I watch it or not. I mean, I was curious about the XFL. But, you know, are you going to make it more violent? Or less violent? The safety of these players, how good are these players? Are these cast-offs? Are these guys who would be normally going to the Canadian Football League? I'm not sure who you're getting. And then you can't have a criminal past? I'd probably play that up. Yeah, two-time felon, say hello to, let's have some fun with the WWE. How about you have to have a criminal past? Ladies and gentlemen, only guilty of 2 misdemeanors, but there's still time. You'd have somebody come out with a jersey number like 2465890. And then, he hate me. You could still have fun with the names.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.